The rising waters, a village's struggle for survival. The monsoon season arrived with its usual promises of renewal and abundance, but for the small, impoverished village of Sitapur nestled along the banks of the Meghna River, it brought an ominous sense of dread. 4 years, the villagers had lived under the shadow of floodwaters, yet nothing could prepare them for what was to come. Sitapur was a close-knit community where families relied on farming, fishing, and small crafts to survive. Despite their poverty, the villagers were rich in spirit, sharing joys and sorrows as one big family. The children played barefoot on the dusty streets, the elders sat under the old banyan tree sharing stories, and the women worked tirelessly, stitching hope into their lives. But the river, once their lifeline, had grown restless. As the rain clouds gathered ominously overhead, a heavy downpour began. Day after day, the rains showed no mercy. The river swelled with alarming speed, spilling over its banks and into the fields. The crops, golden fields of rice that promised sustenance for the coming months, were submerged underwater. The villagers watched helplessly as their hard work washed away, their only source of food and income vanishing before their eyes. The village elders gathered in the community hall, their faces etched with worry. "We must find higher ground," suggested Ramesh, a young fisherman. "The river won't stop rising, and soon our homes will be underwater." "But where will we go?" asked Shanti, a widowed mother of 3. "This is all we have. Our ancestors lived here. How can we abandon it?" Before a decision could be made, the floodwaters breached the village's mud barriers. Panic spread like wildfire. Families scrambled to save what little they could, a few utensils, some clothes, and cherished family photographs. Children clung to their mothers, crying in fear as the water rose past their knees, then their waists. The night brought an eerie silence broken only by the gushing sound of water. In the darkness, a group of young men, led by Ramesh, worked tirelessly to ferry the elderly and children to higher ground. Using makeshift rafts crafted from banana tree trunks, they navigated through the murky waters. The next morning, the full extent of the devastation was visible. Houses made of mud and thatch had collapsed. Livestock had drowned. The village school, the only source of education for the children, was nothing but a broken structure floating amidst the debris. Yet, amidst the despair, the villagers displayed remarkable resilience. They set up a temporary shelter on a hilltop nearby. Women cooked whatever little food they had managed to save, while the men worked together to build a protective embankment around the shelter. Aid came late, but it came. Volunteers from a nearby city brought food, medicine, and blankets. Among them was a young doctor named Aisha, who set up a makeshift clinic to treat the sick and injured. Her compassion and determination inspired the villagers to keep fighting. One day, as Aisha tended to a sick child, she overheard Ramesh discussing the possibility of rebuilding the village on higher ground. "We can't keep living like this," he said. "Every year, the floods destroy everything. It's time we think of a permanent solution." His words sparked hope and determination among the villagers. With the help of volunteers and donations, they began the arduous task of relocating the village. It wasn't easy. Every brick laid and every tree planted was a testament to their strength and unity. Months later, as the rains ceased and the sun shone brightly, the new village of Naya Sitapur stood resilient on higher ground. The fields began to sprout new crops, and the school reopened, filling the air with the laughter of children. The villagers of Sitapur had endured unimaginable hardship, but they emerged stronger, their bonds tighter than ever. The rising waters of the Meghna had tested them, but they proved that no storm could wash away their courage and determination.